Melanin Monarchy citizens. This is Monique here with another live music event. And this time we're going to be discussing Night of Christmas, the musical. So let's get into this review. I want to remind everybody that this channel is all about commentating and reviewing films, live music, and creatives, all with a strong emphasis on Depeche Mode. So let's talk about this particular musical play. Night of Christmas is put on by the Awakenings Church, and Awakenings Church is a local church here in Southern California. They put this play on every year since 2021, I believe. They have actually 2 Christmas plays. They do Twisted, which I had the opportunity of seeing last year, that had my friend, the actor Kevin Perkins, in that particular one. And I had the wonderful opportunity of attending this event at the Rady Shell in Embarcadero, the Night of Christmas. Thank you, Rosa. Okay, so you guys, it was at the Rady Shell, and the Rady Shell is one of my favorite venues. I love it. It's just a beautiful place to hold live music and live events. It really is. It's a wonderful place to. If you haven't been to the Rady Shell here in San Diego, definitely it is worth it. So let's talk about the layout of A Night of Christmas. A Night of Christmas is basically the classic Christmas song. So what the Awakenings Church did, they took classic Christmas songs that we all grew up with, and they merged it with the birth of Jesus story, basically the nativity story. So you have 2 actors on stage telling and narrating the story. Behind them is the orchestra, there's choir, there are also the singers that are singing these classic songs. They come out at certain times during the telling of the story to sing these wonderful and beautiful songs. My hat is off to the costume designer because they did an amazing job. Each singer had on these amazing gowns, look like ballroom gowns, the only or ballroom attire for the men. The only singers, I believe, that did not have ballroom attire were the 3 men of Orient, and they were in Eastern garb, and it was just still beautiful. Very wonderful presentation that Awakenings Church was able to do. They had visuals up there. They did a little film showcasing Joseph and Mary on their trek with her being pregnant with Jesus, and they also had different visuals when they were singing Mary Did You Know. It was just wonderful, and I thoroughly enjoyed that particular performance of A Night of Christmas. I want to say what Awakening Church did with this is that they incorporated aerialists and acrobats that were in the seer wheel. So you have aerialists on this white sheet, the acrobats, and what that did, that put you in the mindset of angels. And that type of presentation really was spectacular. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the choreography of these aerialists. It was just, they just really put on a wonderful family show. Towards the end, the pastor, he came out, he gave a message, gave a word, is what we would most likely say. And then after that, all of the singers converged on stage and they sung a song. And nobody warned me about this, but during the song, there were fireworks going off. And if anybody knows me, you know that I absolutely love fireworks. My oldest is like, Mom, you're like a moth. You love shiny things that go up in the air, whether it's balloons, fireworks, you do. And it's true. I'm not ashamed. I love it. I love hot balloons. I love fireworks. I like things that go up in the sky. I think it's just wonderful. I go to the air show, whatever. I just like it. And that's what you're going to get when you attend this particular event. It was just amazing. So I'm sitting there and I'm thinking about this whole story. I'm enjoying it. I'm taking it all in, taking all this presentation. And I'm thinking about the story of the birth of Jesus. And first of all, I was thinking like, man, his birth precipitated probably the most angel sightings ever recorded. I mean, really, so many angel sightings. Didn't even think about that. Another thing I didn't think about was that here was a man who was born with a bounty on his head. If you think about it, Jesus had a bounty on his head from the time that he was born. So I'm taking it all in, and I'm thinking about it, and I'm thinking about Luke chapter 2, verse 14, where it says, "Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace and goodwill towards men. And I'm thinking about what really does that mean to me? What am I feeling? So I'm taking in 2023, all the things that have occurred. I've had some losses, some very heartbreaking losses. I've had some joys. I've traveled. I've done a bunch of concerts. I've met beautiful and wonderful people, done interviews. I've started this channel. I'm hanging out with you guys all the time, talking about Depeche Mode. And it has just been a wonderful, wonderful year. And if I could sum it up, if I can sum up this year, at that time that I'm watching the show and in that event, is peace. It is peace. And it made me think about a Depeche Mode song called Peace off the Sounds of the Universe album. I'm thinking about that song. I'm listening to that song often now, and I'm thinking about it, and I wonder to myself, how can I continue to walk with love incarnate? How can I continue to go and be the light of this world, the light of the world? And if you haven't heard that song, if you haven't listened to that song lately, I say definitely give it a go and check that song out. But you know what? 2023 isn't over. It's still a wonderful year. But speaking of my loved ones, speaking of my babies, it's time for 7 Degrees of Depeche Mode. Now, this is the time in the episode where I connect the live artists that I've seen with Depeche Mode in 7 steps. Okay, Rosa didn't think I was going to be able to do this, but here we go. All right, so Night of Christmas was put on by the Awakening Church. And the Awakening Church was founded here in San Diego by Jürgen and Leon Matheson. I think I'm saying their last name right. The only reason why I know how to pronounce Jürgen is because my favorite German actor is Jürgen Prochnow, and he became my favorite because of the movie Doom back in 1984. That's another story. But Jürgen and Leanne, they started their church at the Awakening Church. It went through a name change, but the Awakening Church here in San Diego. But they met back in Australia, New Zealand, in Hillsong's church. And Hillsong's church is known for wonderful music. A lot of wonderful and amazing praise and worship music have come out of Hillsong's church. If you could remember that they've done Shout to the Lord, Jesus, a number of songs about Jesus, lover of my soul. That's the one I'm thinking of. Oceans, So Will I, one of my favorite songs. So they've done amazing songs. And from that church also, they've had exploded a bunch of different churches around the world. And there is a Hillsong's church in Los Angeles. Now, this Hillsong's church in Los Angeles apparently has had a number of celebrities and famous people as members and attendees. And it's also rumored that a special attendee has attended Hillsong's church service just once. And he is very, very open about his Catholic faith. And that's none other than Mr. Bono from the group U2. Now, U2 has been touring. I'm not sure if it's a touring or a residency that they've been doing in Las Vegas, but they've had a couple of shows in Las Vegas. And as devotees know, a special person has been sighted at one of those shows in the audience. And that's none other than Mr. Martin L. Gore. So I love it. I love these Martin sightings. You know, I love it when the guys try to do things and they try to sneak in places or try to be incognito, like we don't see them, but we do. We always find them, right? And so there you have it. You have the 7 degrees of Depeche Mode, where you have the Awakening Church found by Jürgen and Leanne. They came out of Hillsong's church back in Australia. They came here to the States. There's a Hillsong's church in Los Angeles. Bono attended one of these Hillsong's church, and he has concerts. U2 has concerts in Las Vegas, and Martin L. Gore was sighted at a YouTube concert. Okay, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this particular discussion and this review. Thank you for coming along with me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, share. Put things in the comments, other concerts that you want me to go ahead and review for 2024. Any other things that you would like to see in 2024. But again, like I said before, 2023 is not over. If you are believing for anything in this year, keep believing. So I'll leave you with this, with peace. Toodle pip.